Don't buy a single share of Microsoft until you watch this video to the end. I mean, Microsoft has become one of those stocks where the headline almost sounds too simple. The company is spending a fortune on AI, investors got nervous, the stock sells off, and now the market may start to be realizing something important. This isn't just another tech company that's chasing the latest trend. No. I say some might be concerned whether Microsoft can actually afford all this spending. Actually, I say the better question is whether Microsoft is putting itself even deeper into the daily workflow of businesses that already depend on it. Because this isn't a company trying to create demand from scratch. No, it's already got Azure, Microsoft 365, GitHub, Dynamics, and so on. And now Copilot that's sitting across that entire ecosystem. And that's why in this video, I'm going to break it down into 3 parts. First, why Microsoft's AI spending may be more demand-backed than investors initially feared. Second, why Copilot and Azure could make the business even harder to compete with. And third, what all of this could mean for the stock from here. My name is Rick Orford. I'm a Wall Street Journal bestselling author. I've been trading since 1999, and no, I'm not a financial advisor. That is a good thing. I break down the numbers so retail investors like us can make smarter, more confident decisions with our money. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. And you all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by almost 6 times. Go to fool.com/Ricko to get your 10 stock picks right now. So just in case you didn't know, Microsoft is not a software company anymore. And that's really the key to understanding the business today. What makes Microsoft so powerful is that it sits across almost every major layer of enterprise tech spending. Azure gives it cloud infrastructure exposure. Microsoft 365 controls a huge part of daily workplace workflows. GitHub connects Microsoft directly to developers. Dynamics expands its reach into enterprise applications. And now Copilot is tying those ecosystems together through AI. And that combination is extremely difficult to replicate. Most companies dominate one single layer. Microsoft operates infrastructure, productivity, security, identity, and AI distribution all at the same time. And because of that, it creates a level of customer integration and recurring revenue stability that very few large cap tech companies can even hope to match. So the bull case comes down to one core idea. AI is not creating a brand new market for Microsoft to enter. It's strengthening products and ecosystems the company already controls at massive scale. And that's why the recent stock move matters so much. Microsoft stock is down 7% over the past year, and it's been trading between $356 and $555 over the period. And right now it's trading just slightly below the midpoint of that range, but it has gone down about 3% over the past month. Looking at the chart, we can see that Microsoft stock fell sharply from late January and then trended down through late March 2026. And what caught many investors off guard was that the decline happened even while the company continued to report strong numbers. Revenue and earnings were growing double digits. Microsoft Cloud crossed $50 billion in quarterly revenue, and Azure growth remained close to 40%. So the problem wasn't really the business. It was investor expectations around AI. Investors started questioning whether Microsoft's massive AI spending on GPUs, data centers, and infrastructure would generate returns quickly enough to justify the cost. And that makes sense. When a company is spending this aggressively, you'd honestly expect investors to ask the hard questions. And then concerns around Azure capacity constraints, OpenAI exposure, and rising competition all just work to pressure the sentiment. The market shifted from rewarding AI spending to demanding measurable AI monetization. But then the rebound started after investors realized the earlier sell-off probably went a little bit too far. I say sentiment shifted after Microsoft delivered stronger evidence that its AI demand was translating into real business results. Let me give you an example. On April 29th, Microsoft reported its fiscal third quarter 2026 revenue growth was about 18% year over year to about 83 billion. Microsoft Cloud revenue increased around 29% to 55 billion, and Azure and other cloud services also increased revenue 40%. And even Microsoft said its AI business surpassed a $37 billion annual revenue run rate, growing roughly 123% year over year. So that's where the story started to change. Copilot adoption improved. Backlog, well, that was still enormous. And investors, they stopped viewing Microsoft's AI spending as purely speculative. Instead, they started viewing it as demand-backed. Now, if you've been watching Microsoft but think, look, it's still way too expensive. Maybe you want to buy it 15 or 20% below where it is today. Check this video up here, because I talk about how you can sell a cash-secured put on a stock you want to own, and you get paid to wait for it to potentially come down to your price. Now, if it doesn't, nothing happens. But if it does, you get to buy it at that lower price, and you got paid to buy it. And then what do? Well, you can either keep the shares, or you can sell covered calls in the second and final step of the wheel strategy, which you can check out up here. So with that in mind, the real question becomes pretty simple. Is now the time to buy Microsoft? Well, questions like this come up all the time in my community, so I think now is a good time to have a closer look. To me, the biggest reason to own Microsoft today is that Microsoft is no longer talking about AI as some future opportunity that may or may not happen years from now. The company's already embedding AI directly into its products that businesses use each and every day. And that changes the entire story. I mean, a lot of companies are still trying to figure out how AI fits into their business models. But Microsoft already has the customer relationships. It's got the software ecosystems, and it's got the infrastructure that's already in place. Azure already gives it the cloud layer, and 365 controls a huge part of daily workplace productivity. And GitHub, it connects Microsoft directly to developers. And Dynamics expands its reach into enterprise applications. And now Copilot is sitting across those ecosystems as the AI layer is tying everything together. And that's extremely difficult to compete with, because Microsoft doesn't need customers to switch to entirely new platforms. It's simply adding AI into the tools that companies are already using. And that matters so much. I mean, it would be one thing if Microsoft had to try and convince businesses to adopt an entirely new product category. But it's a very different story when the company can push AI deeper into the software that customers already use, already pay for, and already depend on. And of course, Azure also remains one of the strongest parts of my bull case. Management said time and time again that demand is running ahead of available capacity, at least in some areas. And that suggests that Microsoft's huge AI infrastructure spending plan is actually being driven by real customer demand rather than some speculative hype. And what really stands out to me is that profitability remains incredibly strong, even while the company is expending aggressively on AI. Gross margin, look at this, still stayed around 68%. Operating margin actually improved slightly to about 46%. And Microsoft Cloud, its gross margin stayed near 66%. Yes, AI spending or infrastructure spending is pressuring the margins a little, but Azure and 365 are still operating so efficiently enough that it can offset part of that pressure. And that's important because it shows that Microsoft isn't sacrificing profitability just to chase AI growth. And that's one of the biggest differences between Microsoft and a lot of the other companies that's trying to ride that AI wave. The AI business itself is becoming much more real and more measurable. I mean, earlier in the AI cycle, investors were excited about Microsoft based purely on potential. But now the company is actually showing actual monetization across cloud services, developer tools, security, productivity software, and enterprise applications all at the same time. And Copilot's another huge part of the story. And early on, many of us questioned whether the business would actually pay for AI assistance at scale. And honestly, these are fair questions. I mean, we'd all like to believe that every new technology is going to get adopted by customers immediately, but they've got to be more careful than that. Customers need proof. They need workflow benefits. They need a reason to pay more. But adoption trends are becoming harder to ignore. And strategically, Copilot matters because it creates another layer of AI monetization beyond Azure. Sure, Azure monetizes compute demand, but Copilot monetizes productivity, workflows, and software engagement on top of that infrastructure. So Microsoft's getting exposure from both sides. It's getting it from the infrastructure business that's needed to run AI, and it's getting exposure from the software layer where employees actually use AI. And the open AI relationship also matters, even if it's becoming less exclusive over time. Microsoft is still deeply connected through Azure infrastructure, enterprise deployment, and model access, and that keeps the company positioned near the center of enterprise AI adoption. And honestly, that's what separates Microsoft from a lot of the other AI companies right now. Most businesses are participating in one part of the AI stack, and Microsoft is participating across cloud infrastructure, enterprise software, cybersecurity, developer tools, and AI distribution all at the same time. So, what did the valuations today tell us after all of this? Well, honestly, Microsoft doesn't really look so cheap anymore. But it also doesn't look unreasonable when you consider how deeply embedded the company already is across the AI ecosystem. The stock currently trades at around 25 times forward earnings, and it's still manageable for a business that's growing double digits while still generating enormous cash flow and expanding aggressively across cloud and AI infrastructure. The stock also has a PEG ratio of 1.5, and that tells me that the valuation is still fairly balanced, at least relative to its expected earnings growth. At the same time, the market cap is roughly 3.1 trillion, and that just reflects how dominant it's become across enterprise software, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence. So this isn't a deep value stock. You're not buying Microsoft because it looks beaten down on every traditional valuation metric. No, you're buying it because the business is still growing, still highly profitable, and potentially even more important to enterprise customers as AI adoption expands. Also, I should consider that a consensus among 48 analysts rate Microsoft a strong buy, and that rating has held over the last 3 months. The average score is 4.69, though it has gone down just a little over that period. But get this, the mean to high target prices suggest there's between 32 and 62% potential upside. Now, as a long-term Microsoft shareholder, I got to agree with both sides, right? And I agree with the strong buy rating because it's starting to look less like a normal software company and more like a foundational infrastructure company, at least for how enterprises will actually use AI going forward. And honestly, that's a very powerful position to be in. But what's really changed over the last few months is that investors have stopped looking at Microsoft's AI spending as just expensive future bets. The company is now showing real demand, real monetization, and real enterprise adoption that's happening at scale, and that's a major difference. And if AI adoption keeps accelerating over the next several years, wow, Microsoft could end up becoming even more deeply embedded inside enterprise workflows than it is today. So to me, the long-term story is already here. The deeper Microsoft gets integrated across cloud, productivity, security, and AI tools, the harder the ecosystem potentially becomes for large businesses to move away from over time. So when I look at Microsoft today, I see three things. I see a business that already controls critical enterprise workflows. I see an AI strategy that's starting to prove that it's got real monetization. And I see a stock that still looks reasonably valued as long as the company can keep compounding their earnings from here. But it doesn't mean the stock goes straight up. It never does. AI spending could still pressure margins, and competition is still real, and expectations are still high. But when I take a step back and look at the bigger picture, Microsoft still looks like one of the strongest long-term AI infrastructure plays and software plays in the market. But now I want to turn it over to you. What do you think about Microsoft? Are you bullish, bearish, or are you neutral? And did I get this right? Let me know all of that and more in the comments below. And while you're there, if you found the video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe because it helps others find the video, it supports the channel, and it makes sure that you don't miss out on my next deep dive. Well, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.